Let me talk to my buddy, though, currently the Nassau County executive, but he will be the next governor here in New York because God loves us, and God will not allow this wicked witch, this wretched, vile Kathy Hochul, continue to destroy our state. So here comes, on his white horse, my guy, Bruce Blakeman. White hair, white horse. Good morning, Brucey.
Hey, Sid, how are you? I'm not used to talking to a Hall of Famer. This is special.
God, I love you. I'm not used to being a Hall of Famer, so we're even.
Listen, you are a Hall of Famer.
Look who's talking. Thank you, Bruce. And I thought about you a lot last week. We did correspond a couple of times, being in the beautiful country of Israel. And I keep saying the same thing all morning long. But you Jew haters out there, which are multiplying by the day, you think it's kind of cool? It's not cool. You're hateful and you're stupid. I recommend you go there, spend a week in Israel, and you'll come back with a completely different point of view. What do you think, Bruce?
Well, listen, it is a country that is a democracy. They have human rights. They have an independent judiciary. They have religious freedom. They have all the things that we have here in America, and that's what makes Israel great. And the people are great. And the fact of the matter is, Sid, that people are in two categories when they criticize Israel and their right to exist. There are the people who are uneducated, and we have a shot at educating them. And as you said, go to Israel, see for yourself. And then there are evil people. Those people we can't change. We have to destroy them.
Agreed. And Bibi has such a difficult job. I don't get the criticism. It's fine. You know, talking about people who don't think Israel has a right to exist, that's what our disgusting mayor thinks. So I made a big mistake a couple of months ago. I revoked it. Just so you know, Bruce Blakeman, I revoked it in front of 1,000 people on stage in Jerusalem, the same night that Bibi Netanyahu spoke. I revoked my apology to Mamdani because I gave this guy months and months to prove me wrong, and everything I said in that tweet was right. He's a disgusting person, a vile, Jew-hating, disgusting person. But now he wants you to apologize. He's actually calling on you to apologize for your words about Brad Lander, which, much like my tweet, were 1,000% correct. Brad Lander is another lowlife. Do you have any intention of apologizing to Brad Lander?
Absolutely not. When this guy stands on a stage with Mandami and Chevalier, two people who support the concept of river to the sea, which basically is exterminate all the people in Israel and run them into the sea, he is a collaborator. He is somebody that stands with them. And basically, he gives a certain amount of legitimacy because he was born Jewish. So people will say, well, Mandami can't be that bad. Chevalier can't be that bad. Brad Lander stands with them. He's Jewish. Well, that's why I called him out, because we can't have that facade that there is an air of legitimacy because Brad Lander stands with them. Brad Lander is a collaborator. He's a traitor. He's un-American. And, you know, Sid, I want to just clarify one thing that I don't think we talk enough about. This isn't just about the Jewish people. It's not just about the state of Israel. Think about Mandami canceling the Puerto Rican Day breakfast. He canceled that breakfast because there were people in that room, many of whom are devout Christians, that he didn't want to associate with.
That's right.
And I tell my Christian friends all the time, the Jews are the appetizer. Christians are the main course. These people want to destroy America and American values, which were bred and born and nurtured under the foundation of Judeo-Christian work ethic and principles. And that is the foundation of our country. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, James Madison, James Monroe, and Alexander Hamilton, the great New Yorker. And people may not know this, but Haim Solomon, a Jewish financier, he financed the last months of the war against Great Britain, the Revolutionary War, and he did that and went broke supporting the United States of America. We never would have won the war if it weren't for Haim Salomon. We should remember that, because there are people who say, well, what were the Jewish contributions to America? Well, Haim Salomon was the first, and he was the biggest because he financed Washington's army. You can look that up.
No, well said. You're 100% right. So Brad Lander is a Nazi. There were Jews, they were called capos, who worked alongside the Nazis, World War II. He's not the only one. Chuck Schumer marching with the gays yesterday. He's another one. Jamie Raskin, Jerry Nadler. There's a whole bunch of them. You know, even Goldman wasn't. I'm not going to call him a Nazi, Dan Goldman, but he wasn't exactly a great friend of the Jews either during his run.
Yeah, but Goldman stood tall. I give Goldman credit. You know, there are very few things that Goldman and I could agree upon, but he did stand tall when he talked about Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state.
He did. Yeah.
So,
yeah, he did.
You know, I've got to give credit. It's like Barack Obama. I philosophically, I'm 180 degrees opposite Barack Obama, but to this day, I will give him credit for pulling the trigger on killing Osama bin Laden. You have to give credit where it belongs. We have a lot of differences, but when Democrats do right, we have to applaud them for that, so that they'll continue to do right.
Well, you got to point it out because it never happens. So, you got to point it out. By the way, Mamdani, not just a Puerto Rican Day breakfast, he also found a way to include, radical Islam during his speech on St. Patrick's Day. He's walked past the Christopher Columbus statue, giving it the finger for the Italians out there. So, yes, it's not just about the Jews. Mamdani hates everybody unless you're Muslim, and specifically radical Islam. But let's get to the governor, because that's who you're running against. I know Mamdani is part of that because she's so afraid of the mayor that she will do whatever he wants. But I heard you talk to John Catsimatidis yesterday and speak about some of the issues, which include taxes, regulations, utility bills, obviously law and order and safety. I guess those are the big issues in your run against this horrible governor.
You know, it's funny, Sid, the other day I was in the Bronx and I was talking to people in the neighborhood, and I came upon this guy. And I'm talking to him, and he says, I'm a socialist. I said, really? He goes, yeah. I said, well, what do you think of Hochul? He goes, I don't know that much about her, but I like her. And I said, well, do you like higher taxes? He goes, no. I said, do you like more crime in neighborhoods? He goes, no. I said, do you like higher electric bills? He goes, no. I said, well, that's what you've gotten under Kathy Hochul. So by the end of my conversation, the guy's like, I'm going to vote for you. We gotta educate people. I met with a bunch of Dominicans in the Bronx also. Just wonderful people, hardworking people, good Christians, good values. They love America. They're the kind of immigrants that we need in America. But Kathy Hochul has made us the most overtaxed, overregulated state. We're at number 50 in economic development, 50. I mean, that is an embarrassment for the once great Empire State.
So what?
And she's pro-criminal.
So she's pro-criminal. That's right. So what can she boast? I mean, I want to fast forward this all the way to that debate, right? So you hit the stage, and you can highlight 10 things. I'm being nice. 10 things that have gone really bad here in New York. What can she possibly boast?
She can't, and that's why I don't believe I don't think she'll debate me. Listen, Kathy Hochul, if you're listening, and I know you have people that listen to Sid because you want to hear what we're all saying. Kathy Hochul, I will debate you every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every week, every day from now till Election Day. Let's get on stage. Let's put it on radio and television, social media. Let people hear your record of failure compared with my record of making Nassau County the safest county in America, not raising taxes a penny in 4 years. In fact, cutting a $150 million tax increase in my predecessor, and hiring more cops, removing 2,000 illegal migrants with criminal records from attempted murder to rape to burglary and robbery, drug dealing, and gang activity. And you criticize me for that. Where do you want to put those 2,000 criminals, Kathy Hochul? And you spent $8.5 billion of our tax money on people who aren't New Yorkers, who came here and within 15 minutes they got free food, free housing, free transportation, and a free cell phone when New Yorkers are struggling, when they're struggling with affordability. I will create jobs, better paying jobs with better benefits. I will create economic activity. I will cut taxes, and I will cut your electric bill in half because I will get rid of the green energy scam that Kathy Hochul has inflicted upon all of us.
Has she intimated that she's not going to debate you? I mean, I do it right here. I'm not biased. Obviously I am, but she said she's not going to do it?
Every time I offer to debate her, she ignores it.
Wow. But she has to. Doesn't she legally have to do it at least once?
No, she didn't take matching funds.
Oh, boy.
So
right.
She didn't take matching funds. That was the first indication that she didn't want to debate. How could she possibly get on a stage and try to defend the fact that we're number 50 in economic development? Our electric bills are 70% higher than the national average. How can she get on the podium and debate the fact that we are the most overtaxed state in the United States? The fact that hundreds of thousands of people have left this state. The fact that businesses have left and taken jobs from this state. We are in a death spiral. And if I'm not elected, I fear for the future of the young people in this state because they will have no future under Kathy Hochul.
You know, on the way out, it's interesting. When you started these discussions, and I was there at the very beginning. I was. You came to me right away, early on, when what's her name up in the northern part of the state? She's in Congress. What the hell's her name? She dropped out because she can't beat you. What's her name? Come on.
Oh, Elise Stefanik?
Right, when she was running and Mike Lawler was still considering running, and you and I had these discussions early on about possibly running and what you thought your chances were. And now it's you. You're the guy. And you just said you fear for this state if you don't win. And I'm going to be honest, Bruce. I hear every day, we're done if Bruce doesn't win. Not if LePetri doesn't win. Not if Driscoll doesn't win. Not even if Brad Lander wins. We're done if Bruce doesn't win. Is that an intense amount of pressure on you every day? Because if I hear it, you got to hear it.
Yes, it is. It's a tremendous responsibility, but it's one that I will gladly take up. And I will sacrifice for my kids and my grandkids so they can live the type of life in New York State that my parents and my grandparents provided for me, my brother, and my three sisters. So, yes, it's a fight worth fighting. Is there a tremendous amount of pressure? Obviously, yes. It's a big responsibility, but it's one that I am glad to take on for the future of our state.
Thank God we have you. I mean this. And I really do feel in my heart of hearts, not because you're my brother, that you're going to win because you're out there. I even see you. Did I see you on CNN last week? Did I see that?
Yes, you did.
Beautiful.
Belly of the beast.
You got to go. And you're all over the state, and you're doing a great job. You've really done a tremendous job juggling both, still being a very, very good Nassau County executive and campaigning at the same time. I'm proud of you. I love you. And we are going to win. Bruce Blakeman, once again, thank you so much.
God bless you, Sid. Thanks so much.
God bless you. There he is, the next governor of New York, the current Nassau County executive, Bruce Blakeman.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?